What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Forgo. And today we're going to talk about Agent Venom, who I feel is really the worst character compared to all the rest of the symbiotes. And that's not to say that he's a terrible character, that he's a bad character. He's actually a really good character. It's just compared to them, he just isn't as good. He does have some relevance as far as ABX, which I'll explain in a little bit. And aesthetically, the character looks awesome. Like, Venom looks nuts. This is an awesome looking uniform. I love it. And his skills look freaking awesome. My Agent Venom is ranked 36,000. Well, my Agent Venom has 36,000 physical attack. His attack stats are pretty much maxed out. His ignore defense is a little shy, but that's not going to make a big difference, especially having 22% pierce on my account. And him having leadership is nice. That is very, very valuable because you can take advantage of White Fox, and that's pretty damn cool, right? I don't have any Urus. I'm just going to be doing this video just like I did all the rest of them, guys. A real crap build just to show you what you can do with a bare minimum. And then when you look at his skills, his awakening skill, nothing really major, right? You got a damage proc on it, you got ignore target dodge, and this is the only place he has ignore target dodge rate in his kit, which is pretty funny considering that his striker bonus actually gives you ignore dodge. I think it's really strange that they did that. Then his passive, increased damage to supervillains by 50%. And you see this, you think, oh my God, that's huge. The guaranteed critical rate is definitely awesome for this character because I do believe he's going to play the best with a rage. In fact, I know he's going to play the best with a rage because he's not exactly proc friendly. He is the worst of the symbiotes when it comes to being proc friendly. You really want to be using a rage on him. Although we're going to be playing with a proc, a rage would be way better. And he's built for that rage because he's got the guaranteed critical rate to help proc that rage. And he does have extra critical damage in his kit by 40%, which helps level his stats up much easier. I mean, this is really what he's designed for, right? And then, you know, the 1, the 2, no big deal, as usual. The third skill does give him 4 seconds of immunity, which is nice. The fourth skill does give him a chance to penetrate everything. It does give him a 50% all attack, which is very, very sweet. And also has ignore iframe. And this is kind of like, you know, for some players out there, especially if they're AC oriented or PvP oriented, this is going to be really good. And AC is going to be a really good character because he's actually got really good survivability with the heals. And obviously having this ignore iframe on a 7.5 second cooldown is really, really good for AC. And then the fifth skill does give him a nice damage accumulation, which is sweet. And this is the skill, at least from the testing I've done, you want to put your proc on. The fourth skill doesn't really do that much damage. And then his passive gives him a 50% recovery heal when his HP is below 30%. Insane for survivability. But on top of that, they gave him the Wolverine effect where he gets a 5% recovery HP once he's below 99%. Godly, guys, for his survivability, and then his super armor, right? And his leadership does get 30% increase of physical attack. And when you look at his uniform effect, I didn't level up the uniform, guys, because he's a semi-paywall. You can farm for the character in story mode, but I don't have the BIOS, and I'm not going to be buying a mega uniform ticket to level him up because the truth is, I'm just going to probably use him for one thing, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And his uniform effect does decrease chain hit damage and then increases chain hit damage by 20% to all symbiote allies. And this is going to be, you know, pretty useful, especially for Venom on ABX. And when you preview his skills, right, when you take a look at his skills, they're pretty awesome. Unfortunately, though, the third skill and the fifth skill have to be delayed. And both of those skills will set up the proc very, very easy because the third skill, he starts shooting, right? Now, you can cancel the skill, right? You can cancel the skill after you just shoot a little bit, right? That turret comes out, and then you can actually cancel skill. But 9 times out of 10, that thing will set off the proc, which is very, very annoying. And then the fifth skill, you can delay cancel it, but unfortunately, you got to hit the fifth skill, jump up, and once he slams down, then you can go into your other skills. He's going to be doing too many hits, guys. He's going to set off that proc. It's a cool looking skill, but this is why he's going to be rage friendly. You know, having that guaranteed critical rate, going 3, 5, delay, wait till he slams down, and then going into the 4, which is a really cool skill. I love how he's got the symbiote tentacles and the guns blazing. It's pretty damn awesome. I do really like it, but it's literally 3, awaken skill 5, slam down, and then 4. Or maybe you could do the 5 a little bit later on, right? Maybe you go 3, 5, delay the 5, slam down, then awaken skill, then 4. You can do it that way as well. But the way that I'm going to be doing it for awaken skill 5, that's all I'm going to be doing because the third skill will set up the proc. Now, I will try to use the third skill in tandem with my proc as I'm doing the run. Get out of here. I hate it when it goes all the way back to the very beginning. As far as the rest of the build, guys, I mean, obviously no type enhancement. He just has a stage 6 Power of Angry Hawk set, no artifact, and he does have a critical damage 160% damage proc. And this is a better proc than what I actually have on my Scream, who's 100% free to play and really is the kingdom come amongst all the symbiotes, except for Venom, obviously, when he's over level 70. And then Uniform is just at normal. So let me show you guys, how much damage old Venom does, and then I'll show you, whether or not he's really going to be worth purchasing, at least as far as like World Boss ultimate. And so this is stage 19, right? We're going to use 2 supports. He does take advantage of White Fox, and we're going to be using his leadership. And because he has no ignore dodge, we are going to be using these 2 ignore dodge strikers. He does get ignore dodge from White Fox, right? Now this is the thing, guys. We're using 2 supports here, and he can't always take advantage of White Fox because he's a male. Right? She's a female, so sometimes the restrictions won't allow them to be able to be used in tandem with each other. Okay, so here we go. All right, and you guys can look at the damage. It's really not the greatest. Now there I set off my 3rd skill, right? I did use my 3rd skill, but the proc came way late, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, well, that didn't work out the way I was hoping it would. So my proc went ahead and set off here. Okay, I'm just gonna let my awaken skill reset. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I mean, really, guys, with a rage, he's going to be a lot better. He's going to be a lot stronger. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I mean, the damage just really isn't nothing to write home about. And right now, we're getting that turret involved from the 3rd skill. I mean, once you... we kind of got caught there. We got hit, which definitely wasn't good. But this damage is honestly pretty pitiful, guys. Now there we got caught in the cage, but because we got our awaken skill off, we actually are doing damage. The awaken skill set off the proc once again. Okay, so I'm going to hit that 3rd skill to get that turret off, right? We're going to land our proc. And I have noticed that the proc comes very late, guys. It is super annoying the way the proc works on him. And that's another reason why I believe the rage is just going to be so much better for the character. There we go. We got the turret off. We're using our awakened skill. And it's just taking a long time. Right? It's taking a long time in order to get it done, guys. I mean, Scream did this in 50 seconds, right? 50 seconds and she doesn't use a double support. Right, so as far as World Boss is concerned, I'm just not feeling it, guys. I'm just not feeling it. Now, he could do it faster than that. We probably could have played a little bit better, but I mean, he's using White Fox and Wave in this run. This is only stage 19. And I know it's a crap build, but the other characters that I test, like Toxin, Scream, are just way stronger than him, at least playing with a proc for sure. They're just much stronger than him. So let me show you something else regarding Venom. So Venom does have applied chain hit damage by 20% from his uniform effect to all symbiote allies. And you're probably wondering to yourself, well, what if we put Scream in the leadership and do a little comparison between Venom here and maybe She-Hulk, right? So let's try that, right? Because Scream does take advantage of White Fox as well, right? So let's see how this goes, right? Hopefully we don't have to do this over and over, because on my controller, it really is kind of difficult to do this quickly. Okay, we landed it. Now look at the damage we do. Okay. I'm just going to do one rotation, just one rotation. There we go. So we got down to the little bit below the 55th bar, a little bit below the 55th bar. Okay. Now let's go ahead and switch to She-Hulk, right? Who has the 65% damage to male types. So we got down to a little bit below the 55th bar. Let's see what happens when we use She-Hulk's leadership and see what the difference is. Okay, you might find this interesting. There we go, perfect. We landed our prog. And we got down to a little bit below the 56th bar, guys. We got down to a little bit below the 56th bar, right? So I landed the proc in both of those runs, but it did come really, really late with She-Hulk. Let me do another run here with She-Hulk here to kind of confirm that, because from my testing earlier, I actually had a different outcome than that, right? But the proc came really, really late. So maybe that's making all the difference. We'll try it one more time. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Yay. There we go. Proc came perfect. So there we got a little bit more so, right? So they're doing about the same amount of damage, but here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing regarding Venom and She-Hulk, right? Venom is a male superhero, right? Scream is a female. Scream and She-Hulk actually have more synergy. So 9 times out of 10 in World Boss Ultimate, or more than likely, you're not going to be able to team up those two characters together, right? Now you could team up. Now it's going to be different with Venom and Agent Venom and Venom, because they're both male superheroes, right? So Venom can actually take advantage of this leadership. And there may be situations where that could come in handy, like ABX. And this is where Venom's relevance will really lie as far as PvE is concerned, because when you jump in here, guys, right? Human, female, let's kind of move along here and find what we're looking for, right? Combat, human, male. And this is where you can use Venom or Agent Venom with Venom, because Venom's going to be really good in ABL, right? He's going to be insane for it. And when you come in here and you take a look at all the male superhero, right? All the combat male superheroes, right? These are the ones available. And look at the leaderships that are available, right? If you're going to be using Venom, like you can't use Crescent, you can't use a lot of these characters. Toxin does get 30% increase in physical attack, but he doesn't give that chain hit damage. So for ABL, having this uniform will help getting that extra chain hit damage for Venom. So if you're ABL oriented, right, and you want to do a little bit better in that game mode, then this is a uniform worth picking up, because there are no other leaderships. I mean, if you're using Moon Knight, then it's a different story, right? If you're going to be using Moon Knight, then it's a totally different story, because he doesn't take advantage of the chain hit damage. But I'm not really sure, guys, honestly, between Moon Knight and Venom, who's actually stronger in ABL. I really don't know which one of those characters is actually stronger. From what I understand, it looks like Venom might be a little bit stronger in ABL and Moon Knight might be a little bit stronger in ABX, but I can't really confirm that. I don't have them in tier 4, so I don't really know. But if you are using Venom for ABL and you're going to eventually use him for that, then having this uniform for Agent Venom would be very beneficial. And, you know, if you're AC oriented, then having the uniform will be beneficial, because you are going to get the ignore iframe, right? You are going to get the ignore iframe, and that's really going to help, especially with a character that has this much survivability. So for me, it's just going to be for ABL more than likely, if I ever tier 4 Venom. But as far as World Boss Ultimate, I don't think he's really needed, in all honesty, guys. I mean, definitely a good leadership for your symbiote characters. It obviously was. And whenever you do have to use Combat Hero Male in World Boss Ultimate, then, you know, having his leadership would be really beneficial also as well. However, in World Boss Ultimate, there is no Combat Hero Male available, at least for Mephisto and Null, so that is also something else to think about. So again, I don't think his leadership is really going to be that valuable in World Boss Ultimate, but for ABL, I do think it will be valuable, especially if you're going to be using Venom himself as the main damage dealer. So guys, let me know what you think about Agent Venom, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.